What is going on, lovely ladies? It's your girl, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over the footage I showed briefly in my video about how to cover facial hair with makeup. It was in the segment where I was discussing lipstick as an alternative to a color corrector. And I showed some brief footage of as to how many layers it took to really cover the lipstick in order to conceal my beard shadow. So I'm going to go fully in depth into this footage, what my thought process was going through, as this is not a common thing I tend to do. I think there are better methods out there for concealing your shadow. And if you don't know a lot about me, my name is Dimitria, and I'm here to make you the long, cool woman I know you can be. I do have an Instagram and I do have a Facebook page, so make sure you're following that to get the latest content and news updates. And if you like videos like this, give me a like and subscribe because you will not want to miss what is next. So we're gonna get right down into it. I'm gonna be watching this footage with you, and like I said, I'm going to explain my thought process. It's slightly sped up, so this is not going to be a long video like the last one. I'm watching it with you. I talk about primer. I've moisturized and primed before I did this. That lipstick right there is the Revlon Super Lustrous number 677. That one's a little more shimmery. And as you know, if you've watched my video on how to cover facial hair with makeup, you know that if you are going to use lipstick as a color corrector, go with a matte lipstick, as the shimmery lipstick might shine through. But the truth was I didn't have any orange lipstick on me. I don't typically wear orange lipstick, and we can determine whether we can see a shimmer by the end of this. So I'm just coating the stash area. This is pretty much the only place I get a shadow anymore. So obviously I am only going to coat the areas that it is needed. So I'm timing myself right now. I'm just gonna let the lipstick sit, and then I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I typically recommend going with a beauty blender like this because a beauty blender is used by stamping product in. If you're going with lipstick as a corrector to cover up your shadow, you're gonna need full-on stamping. You don't want any dragging motion. You do not want Donald Trump face. So I'm taking my time going in. I'm just stamping it, patting it in, and I'm using the pointed part of the beauty blender to get into my nostril area. You know, I typically have a problem getting makeup on my septum ring. The only way I tend to find it works and to keep things clean is to take a Q-tip, put some saline, like salt water on it, and then brush around it, all over it. That tends to be a little cleaner. I don't want foundation on my septum ring. And a lot of this part is pretty much just getting the foundation on my forehead. I've kind of embraced my forehead over time. I used to have bangs, but we're just rocking our forehead all day, every day. So the glasses are off. I'm doing a full coat of foundation. This is a medium coverage foundation. You're gonna need some sort of coverage with lipstick because, well, it's lipstick. And we are about to enter the second layer of foundation over that lipstick. It's still popping through. As you can see, it becomes very full coverage very, very quickly. And speaking of full coverage, I am avoiding my under eyes because that is one of the areas where you crease the most. If you're gonna put concealer under there, it might be just counterproductive or extra to put foundation over that. I am patting in because it doesn't come up on camera that much. It looks a little shiny in the stash area, and as you can see, I'm going in with my third and I believe final layer to finally get rid of this. But as I was saying, it becomes kind of wet looking. It's because there's a lot of product on there. Pretty much. I'm doing the best I can to just stamp it in. I'm just seeing how this is gonna work. Again, this is something I don't typically do, but it doesn't show up that much on camera. I'm just patting everything in. I'm using the other side, which does not have product on it, trying to even out the excessive product. It kind of gets to the point where, is it excessive or is that a needed amount? That's pretty much what this method entails. But generally, when we're looking at how this looks, it tends to be kind of homogeneous. when you put on that amount of layers and you're not doing a lot of dragging motions, there's not a lot of orange to be seen. And you have to think also, my lighting setup, there's a little bit of orange and yellow in there. Even with that on top, the lipstick isn't popping through too much. And to finish off this look, I'm going in with my setting powder. I'm using the same beauty blender, and this is the area I obviously want to worry about. This is obviously a method that has very full coverage, like I am saying, and in the summertime where it's very humid, and I tend to work in a place where I'm basically outside all day, that amount of product in that climate, that's gonna be kind of a bad idea. The way this looks right now, it's not gonna look like that if you're outside in this heat for 2 hours in this humidity. So that is generally it. I have applied lipstick to conceal my facial hair. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you have used lipstick as a color corrector, let me know your experiences on it, because I am very curious. This is not a method I tend to use, and to be honest, I'm a little bit more opposed to it than the common person. I just think there's better alternatives. There are products specifically used for this. I think what the notion of using lipstick as a color corrector is because the people who started using it for your beard shadow, they pretty much didn't have anything else to use. So they used whatever they had at the moment. But that is basically it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully that kind of demonstrated how lipstick looks on the face, the process of this technique. And like I said, comment down below. I am not a big YouTuber. I will surely answer your questions. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.